Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for this video I'm doing a Pretty Women theatre review, and let me just tell you now, it was amazing. Like, I've even persuaded my mum and dad to go watch it because it is just so good, and obviously I got the programme. So this Pretty Woman, I haven't actually seen the movie, and I didn't realise the song Pretty Woman walking down the street, I didn't realise that was the theme tune of the movie. How do you find that was? Anyway, I hadn't watched the movie, but I kind of knew the storyline, and I think that helped make it really good. But the show itself was just like amazing. The only thing I would say was that it was a little spicy. Like, there was a lot of kissing, there's some scenes where it's a bit like, okay, is that a bit much for the theatre? But I absolutely love it. I'd happily go and watch it again. It was that good. So okay, so I'm going to start by showing you some pictures. And my favourite character was this guy here. He was the bellboy, and he was hilarious throughout it. Like, he was the jokester of the whole show, and everyone was laughing at him. So he would be like, so when the woman was in the guy's not apartment, hotel room, the guy was holding her wig, and then his boss was coming up, so he had to quickly hide the wig in his hand. So he chucked it over his head to the bellboy, and the bellboy's just holding it like he was falling in love with it. And the boss was looking at him like, what you doing? And he pretended it was a mop. He pretended the wig was a mop. He was just hilarious. Like, throughout the whole show, he had everyone in fits and giggles. He was just honestly the best character ever. Like, I would go again just to see him because he was just hilarious. Another really good character was this guy here. So he was kind of the narrator throughout the show, but he kept changing characters. So one minute he'd be the hotel manager, another time he'd be just a guy in the street. So he was just really good, and it was just so good. But that bellboy was just he was just hilarious. Like, in every show, every part of the scene he was in, I'm not going to give it away, he just had everyone in giggles. Like, he was just the best. Okay, this was really cool. So the songs, like this one here, when she was going to buy all her outfits for the first time, the songs were literally amazing. Like, I wasn't sure how they're going to do this a musical, so I know it's not a musical, the film, but they just did it so well, and they had you fall in love with the characters, and you can see them falling in love themselves, and the music just went really well. And the set design was really clever because they didn't have much, but it was like enough, and it was really clever. And they had a grand piano which they were playing on. Oh, and they had, is it in here? I'm sure it's in here. Where is it? Yeah, they did an opera scene, which was really beautiful, and it was just really nice. And they actually had two people that actually sounded like operas. It was really clever and really good. And there was a power walk. I can't go back. Her in that badass suit, and she was like striking a pose, being like, I'm now a businesswoman, I can't go back. It was really empowering. And I just absolutely loved it. Like, look at it. They had confetti at the end, and it was just such a good, light-hearted feel. And they did that Pretty Woman song at the end of the show. They had people hanging on the edge of their seats because they pretended they were going to do it earlier. And they were like, we're not there yet. And then they saved it for the end, which was really cool. And it was just, honestly, it was just really, really good. I went to see it a few nights ago, and yeah, it was just literally amazing. Like, the costumes were superb, especially when she changes from being a prostitute to being like all dressed up for him going out, and then suddenly to her being like, oh, businesswoman. The outfit changes were superb. You can see them falling in love, because at first he was like, she's making me like do things I would normally do. So like, he let her drive the really expensive car the first time they met, and then she persuaded him so that she could stay a week and help him out. So that was really cute. And I wish I could remember more now, but the set was amazing, the acting was great, the songs, I love the songs, and they had you fall in love with the characters. Like I said, the only thing I would say was not as great, it was just a bit too spicy. Like, there are some scenes you're a bit like, because it's a bit like, I'm an awkward person, so I was a bit like, okay, that's a bit awkward. But yeah, but it was really good, and I really want to go again. Like, look at it, it was, oh yeah, the set, so where you see the palm trees and that backdrop, that was like most of the set for when they were in the hotel and stuff, and it was beautiful at some points because it was like all lit up and all sparkly. and then they had them so then when they were walking down and then run off to the side, they were like silhouettes against the backdrop, which looked amazing. So I can keep gushing over this. This will just be a really long theatre review of me gushing, but basically great songs, great characters, makes you fall in love with them, and I absolutely loved it. And even my parents are now gonna go. So Pretty Women, definitely recommend. I think it's only there until June or July, so get your seats basically. But yeah, it's definitely one of my favourite shows I've seen. So yeah, that is my theatre review. I hope you liked it. It was a little bit all over the place, but I'm just remembering things that come back to me basically, as it was a few nights ago now. But it was great. So hope you liked this video. If you do, smash your shoes, thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll see you next week with a new video. Bye!